CGC is a complete mess, and it baffles me that anyone is still using them. So a little over a week ago, I went to Baltimore Comic Con. It was awesome. I just did a haul video showing some of the stuff that I picked up and signatures I got and stuff like that. Overall, pretty great experience. But CGC was there. And, you know, if you've been following the channel, I haven't sent anything out to get graded in ages. I still will buy some stuff that's graded. But yeah, I haven't sent anything out in a long time, mainly because of the headaches. And everyone knows all the CGC controversies. I'm not here to repeat all of them. I don't even like making these negative type videos. It's not my thing. But I just had to share this experience with everyone. So, if I'm not getting anything graded anymore, why did I need to interact with CGC? And that's because last Christmas, almost a year ago, I got my brother a Christmas gift. That was this slab here, America number 8. It's a 1 in 25 or 1 in 50, I don't remember anymore, but it's a gorgeous Jen Bartel cover. And when it came in, it came in damaged, and there was like some broken pieces up here that had fallen down, and little tiny little micro pieces of plastic inside of it. And so it needed to be reslabbed. I held on to it for so long because I was like, maybe I will send something. I got some okay books that can maybe get graded, and I just never felt like it. I didn't want to deal with CGC again, and so it never happened. But I needed to get it reslabbed because it was his Christmas gift, and then it came in damaged. Since they were going to be there and I was going to be there, I was like, okay, I'll just get it reslabbed there. We're set up as a vendor. Okay, so we're there, a day early and everything. It takes a long time to get all the stuff set up, not just for us, but everybody that works at a con. It takes a long time to get all that set up. And so CGC announced that they were going to open up at 2 o'clock for vendor submissions, because obviously vendors don't have the time to go wait in lines and stuff during the show. So it was nice of them to do that, but you get there and they're just like I'm just kind of standing there for a while, like nobody's really looking at me, which is fine, whatever, There's quite a few other people, getting helped, and there's just kind of people running around at the CGC booth everywhere. So eventually I do get the attention of someone, and I tell them, I have something I want to get reslabbed, and I just double check. I'm like, y'all do reslabs and everything? And she's like, yeah, okay. And then she's like, did you fill out your paperwork already? I'm like, no. Do you have paperwork I can fill out? She's like, no, you got to do it online on your account. So I was like, damn, I thought anybody could do a CGC submission. I didn't think. Now granted, I don't know if they were doing that just for vendors or for everyone. It kind of sounded like it was for everyone. Like you just hand them your stuff, you'd be like, hey, I submitted, here's my stuff. I don't know if that's always been the case. I thought I had heard anybody could just go, since you're getting it to be graded there. I don't know, whatever. If they make you have an account now, or if that's the way it's always been, I'm not sure. But regardless, so then I went to my boss, which also had something that he needed to get reslabbed, and he has an account, I don't. So I went to him, and I told him, I was like, we'll just have to throw mine on yours. And I told him, he's got to do it online and everything, and so he's having some trouble figuring out exactly how to do it on his phone. So he goes over there to the booth and he asks someone, is like, does this look right? And I'm like, no. And so she restarts it for us, and she does it all herself on his phone and submits it in there for us. So, and his book was a Avengers number 4, first cap in Avengers. And it was signed by Stan Lee, and so it needed to be reslabbed because it was an older slab and it didn't have the verification on the signature. It just said writing on cover, so it needed to be a verified signature, and that's why that one needed to be reslabbed. And so again, this is all turned in before the show technically opens, and they're like, there's no guaranteed time when it's going to get done. It's just due by the end of the show, so like by the end of the 3rd day on Sunday, which is a pretty wide window. You would still think that, especially 2 reslabs wouldn't take that long. Maybe with the signature verification might take a little bit longer, but anyway, they're supposed to email you when it's done. So on Friday, we go over there to check, and they're like, okay, well, yeah, we have your order, it's over here. And then they hand them this book right here, the America. And he's like, okay, what about the Avengers? She's like, I don't know, let me go see. And so she's, looking around or whatever. She's like, oh yeah, we have that one marked to be shipped. No, that's not right. Why would only half the order be shipped anyway? And on top of that, your employee submitted that for us. Like, that shouldn't have been an option. That was the difficulty we were having, was we didn't know. We wanted to make sure that it was set up for the on location, on site grading, and we never done that before. So they get that straightened out, but then it's still not finished. So we just kind of wait and see. He goes back the next day, nothing. Don't hear nothing about it. And at this point, it's like, that's kind of long, I would think. I mean, we should be in front of everyone who submitted, all the regular people going to the con, and if they're planning on getting that stuff done by end of con, then our stuff should ideally be done already. Anyway, so it goes back on the last day, Sunday, and he's waiting around. There's a few people in front of him, So one dude, again, we're supposed to get emails when it's done. We never got any emails. This guy, which a bunch of other people said they didn't get emails as well, but this one guy in particular, he was getting emails, but not the emails he was supposed to be getting. He was getting emails that were supposed to be like internal emails, them emailing themselves and being like, hey, I can't find this book, I don't know what happened to this guy's books, blah, 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 all this stuff. So he's just getting messages back and forth that are saying that his books can't be found. Classic CGC, and this is really where I'm getting at, to the point of just, I don't understand why anyone has any faith in them. It's to me, it's the same concept of like, why is McDonald's still the biggest fast food restaurant when I think literally like any other fast food restaurant is better than them? I don't understand how. I'm getting on a side tangent here, but they are the biggest. They're the established, so everyone has to go there. But I think anybody else has better flavor than McDonald's. You can go all kinds of other places and get food just as fast or faster. There's one McDonald's by my house that it will take you 30 minutes to get a drink wrong. Like, that is, if you go there, order a drink, they will take 30 minutes and you get the wrong drink. Why is that McDonald's still open? So same concept though, same concept. CGC has done nothing to prove itself to the community, has all these controversies. And anyway, so we're here, this guy's getting all these emails saying that his books are missing. So obviously he's freaking out, like, where's my stuff? I don't know what books he had, in all fairness, but I mean, whatever it is, you want to know where your stuff's at, and you don't want emails of people saying, hey, does anybody know where this guy's books are? And you're that guy. So eventually they find some of his books and bring them out to him. And, they usually come in the bags, but I guess whatever situation was going on with him, they hadn't bagged them yet. So he's just got a stack of slabs, and he's picking them up one by one and checking them, making sure they're not cracked or whatever, all kinds of issues that CGC can have, And so as he's picking them up and moving them from pile to pile, on like 3 or 4 of them, as he picks them up, they just split. The top part of the case just completely comes off. I don't know what they do. I don't know if they're glued or heat pressed or whatever, but obviously that step was rushed or something. I don't know, or not done at all, possibly. And so he's just like, hey guys, you might want to check your slabs. So luckily, I will say luckily, on both mine and my boss's slab, they were both fine. Now granted, mine was personal. This was for me to keep. The slab that my boss sent in was a book that he wanted to try to sell during the con, and he was only able to put up on Sunday, which is, not ideal. I do think that's a little bit, extraneous to think you can put in a book on Thursday and it won't be back until Sunday. Like, really? Like, so what happened to all the people that submitted books on Saturday? Did they not get their books done in time? And clearly they were just a mess. Even when you were looking at them, they were grabbing people's books that were being submitted and putting them into piles and in boxes, and they all seemed very chit chatty and just kind of like everywhere at the same time. And even though there was a lot of employees there working, like it felt like if you asked him, like for another thing, on Thursday, before it's officially open, we had some pops we wanted to get verified. They had any signatures on them, but no COAs. And so I asked them because I wasn't exactly sure now that they bought out JSA, if you just take it to them, if it's a separate booth, if it's a separate section of this booth. I didn't know how it worked, and clearly they didn't either, because I asked them and they're like, give me a goofy face, and they're like, oh yeah, I guess we do own JSA now, and they're hollering out to somebody else like, hey, is JSA gonna be here? I would think that's, again, I know that's not your job per se, like that you're not there to do the signature verification, but I would think that you would know. And it wasn't like a direct answer either, like they were kind of like, hey, is JSA gonna be here? I don't know, is JSA gonna be here? Asking somebody else, like somebody should know if you're setting up the booth that there's going to be a section for JSA or not. I would think that'd be an important part. And granted, JSA, they eventually gave me the answer that JSA wasn't going to be there until the actual day for setup on Friday, or the actual opening of the show. So, and that's fine, they don't have to be there early or whatever. But I would just think if you're there to set up the booth, which is what they were doing, and also taking in orders, that you would need to set up a section for JSA. And that would be, if it was a totally separate booth, that'd be one thing, but it wasn't. I don't know. They just seem like a confused mess, and I just don't understand why anyone sends anything to them. Now, granted, I mean, everyone knows, again, this is a big rabbit hole. I'm not here to, dump a bunch of news, but everyone knows that graded sales have gone down, as far as like not as many people buying graded books. And you can see it. We don't, at our shop, we used to get books graded. We don't get books graded anymore because they're harder to move. There might be a rare instance. I mean, I think if you get like a big mega key, I think it's good to get it graded. But that being said, I've been a big fan of CBCS for a very long time. Even that, I haven't sent anything in a long time. I'm just kind of like, the grading process isn't fun like it used to be. It used to be exciting. Now it's more stressful than anything. And just, even if it's not any particular company, it's just like the idea of it is stressful in itself. But CBCS has, for a long time, had far superior slabs as far as the quality of the build. CGC slabs break all the time and have all these issues. I think I could throw a CBCS slab down a thing of stairs and it'd be fine. They are super strong. I've always really enjoyed them, and everyone hates it because the label's ugly. Okay, first of all, I don't think it was that big of a deal. Second of all, it's you'd rather go through all that stress and worry and trouble and. Again, there's a billion things with CGC, with them damaging books and mislabeling books and wrong grades. Again, we've talked about, we've seen books that are 9/8 that you can see 30 spine ticks, color-breaking spine ticks down it. It's like, that's a 9/8, really? Other way around, where it's like, you think it's going to be a much better grade, and I know everyone wants their book to be the best grade possible, but when you collectively can show the book to a lot of different people, and I've had it where I've sent in books to places too, and it's like the book you get back doesn't, it's like it didn't have these damages and stuff on it. So, and I've heard that from a lot of other people as well. So I don't know, it's just something I kind of wanted to be able to tell this story about, and kind of, I don't know. Like I said, I don't really like to make negative videos. I know that's the easy thing to do. Just rage bait people and get them to yell and be angry about whatever, a TV show or a movie or CGC or whatever it is. It's easy to get people to hate stuff. That's not really what I like to do on this channel. But this is just a circumstance that had kind of a unique and crazy story, even though it's not super unique because they just have so many problems. But it just felt like, it just feels like CGC is doing nothing to try to repair their reputation, but there's still so many defenders of them that will fight tooth and nail for this company that it clearly just doesn't care and isn't trying to do anything to get any better. And I don't know. I just want to kind of see what other people thought about it, and give them a chance to hear the story, and maybe, I don't know. Oh, another thing. Okay, so I almost forgot. I know that it'll be more expensive. I've been told before it's more expensive to do on-site grading. Now, what I've been told before, and this is people that have done it a while, a long time ago, so they said it's a little bit more expensive. So that's fine. I came into this expecting to get a reholder. If you send it into CGC, it's $20, and so I was expecting, maybe 30 or something. Now, granted, you also got to consider that you're saving on shipping to and from. So it's like, okay, that's, a little bit extra, still kind of technically less. They charged $45 for a reholder there. And when they told me that price, I was like, more than double? They're like, yeah, it's the convenience fee. More than double is the convenience fee. And she just smiled at me with this almost menacing smile, like she herself knew that it was evil. I don't know, it was weird. I don't really know how to explain it to you. I just felt off. It felt like a horror movie all of a sudden. And I was just like, sure, whatever. Again, this is something I had to do for my brother's gift that came in damaged, that I should have done a long time ago, but whatever. I'm finally getting around to it. I don't know. That was weird. It was a weird situation, weird little part of the story, but also I still can't believe it was more than double. That's craziness to me. So convenience is worth more than the entire effort and all of the cost of the plastic and all. I don't know. It seemed very excessive to me. That is going to conclude my CGC rant. Hopefully I won't make one. Again, I know there's some channels on here that make CGC rants every week, maybe multiple times a week. And it's probably easy clickbait engagement. I don't really care about that. I'm not here for drama. I'm here to talk about stuff that I enjoy and like, and have fun with the hobby. That being said, I'm going to be doing some videos. I got a bunch of action figures to open up. I'm going to film that after doing this. It's a little bit of a detox. But those will be coming up in the next few days or so. So there's going to be multiple ones. I'm going to do a Godzilla and a Legends, and I got a couple that I'll do. I might do shorts out of that. I don't know. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to record some stuff and see what happens. But that's going to be it, though, for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I can't wait to hear what y'all have to say about this, and I will see you next time.